Emily is Laney with TV Insider, and I am sitting here with The Walking Dead's Ross Marquand, Josh McDermott, Cailey Fleming, and Seth Gilliam. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
Great.
awesome.
How are you?
Yes. Good. So we're going to talk about the season 10 premiere. We've all seen it, and a lot of things happen. I wanted to start, one of my favorite parts of the premiere was a conversation that Aaron had with Michonne. And it was early on, it was whether or not they're the good guys. So I just wanted to know, do you guys think, and do you specifically, Ross, do you think that they are the good guys? Like, is there a chance that they might not be?
I think in this storyline, they are very much the good guys. But, we were just talking about Shane a second ago, and a lot of the things that Shane was doing in season 1 and 2, Rick was very much against.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We'll lose our humanity. And I would argue that Rick did way worse from like seasons 4 on,
Lots of bad things.
a lot of bad things. So I think there's a lot of validity to that thought process of, are you the villain of someone's story? Maybe, fine. But, I think in this instance, the Whisperers are just bloodthirsty psychos. I mean, there's no goodness in them. So I think in this storyline, I don't agree with Aaron's questioning. I think that they are very much the good guys, and the Whisperers are the bad guys, if they want to boil it down to such by polar,
Black and white.
narrative. So, yeah.
I mean, but it's also interesting, like, we don't know much about the Whisperers.
Right.
We don't know what's making them tick, or at least our heroes don't know. And so, it's right for him to question and to say, are we the bad guys? Because but they are, like, if you really take a step back and think about it, it's like these are people that are skinning walkers, wearing their skin, walking around, like, killing people. It's like, I don't know how you justify that. That's not, I think so much of our world lives in a gray area. That's definitely not in the gray. I mean, it's just what it is. So I think he's right to question it, but I agree with your assessment of it.
I did want to talk about the love quadrangle that is going on, since we have 2 of the 4 members of that weird dysfunctional family on the couch right now. So particularly Seth, we've seen Eugene do his charts. We've seen Sadiq do feeding. Rosita is working off her baby weight. How does he fit in? How does Gabriel fit into all of this?
Well, I think that I think Father Gabriel, he has an extended family now, and he's trying his best to be supportive of each member of that family and whatever they may need. So, I'm sure he's there to, if Eugene needs to tap out while measuring something, then I'm sure Father Gabriel will step in with the yardstick. Or if Sadiq needs to tap out while, doing some midnight feeding, I'm sure Gabriel will be there with the bottle, in whatever ways he's needed. But I think of most comfort and support, I think he's there for Rosita above and beyond the rest. And, he just takes them, the rest of them as they come, kind of like brothers in some strange way.
Yeah, it's very, very patient.
Very patient.
Yes, yeah. And Josh, we did see the group they kind of took to the chart. They looked at it briefly. Do you think that he's going to continue to make the charts and the measurements and all this stuff, or is he kind of cut?
I mean, I think that's
pushed aside because of that.
I think that's who he is, and I think that we even saw a moment in that little montage. He was kind of, running over to Rosita to say, like, you're changing the diaper too early, like she's on a timer, and we saw the consequences of changing too early. 'Cause, I mean, it was just nasty, but. I don't know that, I guess it doesn't really make sense, does it? If he's changing too early, then she wouldn't have pooped her diaper.
Yeah, I was confused by that.
This show's not believable. No, I definitely don't think he's going to get pushed aside. I mean, I think there's some, like, eye rolling of, like, okay, Eugene's going to be Eugene.
Right.
But, like, he's definitely helpful in the charts. And,
Yeah, I mean,
if you
gotta know that stuff.
Yeah, if you wanna take a dive into it, like, it'll be helpful. But at the same time, like, how many people raise kids without that? They're gonna do just fine.
Yeah.
So I think they love Eugene. I think they are kind of okay with him being Uncle Eugene. It's the fact that Eugene wants to be Daddy Eugene.
Yeah.
And that's what they probably have a problem with. So once they start going that way, they might push him aside a bit.
Okay. My second favorite part of the season 10 premiere was the battle scene. That first 5 minutes, the training, and all of the like carefulness that those shots took. We're going to see a lot more spears and shields as they move away from guns and that kind of battle, as we've heard. What is the hardest part of that for you guys? I mean, you're pretty much all involved in the fighting. I mean, except maybe Gabriel.
Yeah, Father Gabriel
He stays behind.
stays behind.
He's got to watch Baby Coco.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had a hard time with the heat. I mean, we were out there for 4 days straight, and it was 99 degrees with 100% humidity right next to an ocean.
And a lot of people.
I mean, like, yeah.
Walking information.
And truly, like, we can say that was difficult, but the crew worked way harder than us.
So I agree. The hardest part was the filming. It was hot. It was very, very hot. But it turned out really good. We worked really hard on it. How long were we there? A few days. 4 days in the heat. But we looked it up. I think it was like the heat index was like 110. But it was worth it.
But it looks really
It's definitely
cool.
worth it. It looks so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it was really definitely worth it. And that is the way to kick off the season.
And you got the
ask
first
me.
shot in, too.
I got the first kill.
First kill of the season, right here. Cailey Fleming is Judith. And there's a really exciting announcement that happened earlier today.
There's
Lauren
two.
Cohan is coming back. Can we talk about that at all? That's like, did you guys even know when she walked on stage?
Yeah.
She was sitting in this Jason mask from
Right.
Friday the 13th, and she was staring. I thought this person was just staring at Seth and I the whole panel, and I was like, "This is creepy." I had no idea who she was, or it was just bizarre. And then all of a sudden, when Chris said, "Hey, oh, that's a great cosplay. Why don't you come up on stage?" I was like,
Right.
"Are you sure?" Because this person's been dead-eyeing us the entire panel. And then she took off the. We're like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." They had an inkling, I guess, that she was going to be there, but I had no idea. So
That's funny.
Yeah, she told me she was coming, but I forgot that I didn't know how she was going to come onto the stage. And it's the same thing Ross was saying. She's just staring at us from the crowd, and I was like, we had to go through metal detectors. We had, the bomb sniffing dogs and all this stuff, and they're just letting
walked
this
right up.
crazy person on stage. This is great. No,
Well-
we're really excited to have her back. I mean, to not have her for most of last season. I mean, I feel like there was a kind of a Maggie-shaped hole in the cast and the story, and so it's very exciting to get her back. She's a tremendous friend and a tremendous actress, and I'm excited for the stories we get to tell with Maggie Green.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
excited
sorry,
to see-
Maggie Rhee.
Yes.
I did not mean to say Maggie Green. She is married.
Yes, she's a married
Or
woman.
was. She was married.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys
Darn
so
you,
much
guys,
on
you
that
piece of
downer.
crap.
I can't wait to watch the rest of season 10 and see what happens with Whispers and the battle scenes and all this crazy stuff. Your arm is crazy. Aaron's new hand is nuts. There's so many exciting things coming this season. I can't wait to see them. I'm sure viewers are going to love it. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us.
You can watch The Walking Dead on AMC Sunday nights at
9
Central.